To my surprise, it was my husband holding a Maasai sword that had blood. Ask him, why are you doing this to me? He told me, we are dying all of us in this house.
What?
I want to kill you, kill the children, then kill myself.
Hi guys, welcome to Tuko Talks. My name is Lynn Gugi. Now, imagine waking up to the love of your life, holding a knife, ready to take your life and that of your children away. Fortunately, you escape, but he ends up taking his own life away. Years later, you decide to forgive all that. That's what my guest today did. So without much further ado, allow me to let her introduce herself. Hi, Mommy.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Lynn. I'm Dianah Kamande. I'm a mother of two beautiful girls. I'm a survivor of domestic violence.
Yeah.
And I'm also a widow. This is my 7th year.
Yes.
And I'm so glad God is working with me in this journey.
Yeah. And even before we start the show, Dianah, I have to commend you for your strength and your confidence.
Thank
I
you.
know what the audience is about to listen to might be a bit dark, but you overcame all that.
Because there is God in heaven.
Because there is God in heaven.
Yeah.
So you wake up one day, your life is okay, and then your entire world turns black. What happened?
On 19th of April, the year 2013, I had my beloved husband. We met when I was going to college.
Yes.
And you know, during my time, somebody who buys you chips, 200 bob every day, you can imagine. It's not that I was money-minded, but I had never been told by somebody that he loved me.
Wow.
To me, it was love made in heaven and it was brought to the earth. But I'm going to tell you how somebody, a friend of mine, told me love is blind, but marriage opens your eyes. So it was a journey, but a sweet journey to me as a young girl. And then, you know, in the process,
How old were you at this point?
At this time, I was heading to 21 years, so I was still young. I own this man, I love him, and he tells me, you need now to visit me. Then I visited for 10 years.
Wait, you visited for 10 years?
Me, I think it is the way we are here, just having this conversation.
Yeah.
So me, I visited. So I was told, and you know, you're going to spend the night here. Torn between two, spending the night here and going back home.
Yes.
But I love this man. So my parents called. This is something that had never happened. I had never
slept outside.
Even without their consent.
Yeah.
And mostly, you know, those sleepovers, going to my auntie's place, going to people closer to my parents. But in a man's house, it was the first time. And now it was my decision. I will not go back home. My life now as a married woman started. I had just graduated from college. The time he tells me to go and spend in his house, to visit, he never told me to spend, to visit.
Yeah.
I had graduated, no job, and here I am now, I'm pregnant. You know, you visit, and when you visit and you don't know what is going to happen. Pregnancy.
Wow.
But I'm so happy, and I tell him, after this, because I really wanted to continue with my education, he kept on telling me, I'll take you back to school, don't worry.
Kept believing.
I don't know whether I can say it was God first, then immediately after God, it was my husband. That's how I had put my priority at that time.
Wow.
So I gave birth to our firstborn.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy here. We are now parents.
Yeah.
So in the process, we bring up our daughter, and our agreement was when she is 4 years, I'm supposed to take her to a daycare and resume school.
Yeah.
You know, men are clever. He came with another deal. You know, I was so naive and a foolish girl, come woman that time, a foolish young woman. Because how can a man go to a gynecologist? So he went to a gyna and he came back with this report.
Yeah.
I visited my doctor, and my doctor told me, you can imagine a man who has a gyna, told me, you should stop using this family planning. They are very bad.
Wow.
We will not get more children.
Wow.
had a gyna.
Your guy had a gyna.
and a family planning doctor who advised him. I
Ulikuwa
remember,
umewekwa kwa box.
yani, na ikafungwa, ikasiliwa na super glue. Little did I know the second born will be following.
Yeah, sure.
So a few more days here, morning sickness, vomiting, I'm pregnant again. He had this rule that I had really upheld. It was respect to him. From this destination to the next destination, give me a call. It was a sign of abuse that I never realized.
You just thought you were being loved and cared for.
And he wanted to know where I am. He was concerned about how I'm going about my day. Who am I interacting with? To me, I knew it was love, and he was a very open man. He wanted just to know how he could take care of me. So this particular day, I call him at 3 p.m. I tell him, I'm going to church for the preparations, then go home. When I'm leaving church, as I was about to call him, remember I was to call him from one place to another before I made any move. So I'm here, I wanted to call him. And he's here, he has already called. You have not left church? No, I was just about to call you, I'm leaving. He asked me a very unique question that he never used to ask. He used to eat everything presented on the table. He asked me, what are you preparing for dinner tonight? And I said, I'm preparing rice and beans because that's what the girls had asked for. And I said, no, today I'm eating ugali and fried meat. I said, okay. Rushed to the butcher, bought the meat. You know that good wife that we are taught in church. Went, prepared his fried meat. So he came in, and he came in a different man. He knocked the door. You know, you remember those Msako days? When police would come and bang your door. He came and knocked that door like there was a msako just about to happen. So I'm here, my girls are also running after me. They were young at that time. And anytime they could hear a knock, especially in the evening, they knew it was him.
Was dad,
So I opened the door, I'm wondering, and the girls are here just about to embrace him, and he's like, kwendeni huko kwa mama yenu. Something that had never happened for 10 years.
Wow.
He just passes. He didn't say even hi to our house girl.
He had never used that tone before.
Never. He just went straight to the bedroom. And then, as we are told, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And a hungry man is an angry man. So I went to the kitchen, warmed the food, put it in the hot pot, brought it to the dining table. Went to call him to eat. The food he told me to prepare. And he tells me, I don't want your food. I said, now, I have not wronged him. We have not spoken, apart from when he told me to prepare this food. He has come in angry. What do I do? And I decided, let me go and start helping my house girl to fold the clothes that she's not ironing. So I continued folding the clothes. And my house girl is here telling me, Baba Praise has collected all the keys, including the spare key that we hang on the wall. And you know me and my love, my husband. I asked my house girl, is this not his house? He doesn't have a right to do what he wants to do. What is your business in this? My house girl told me it was just unusual. When he goes out, even at night, he never carries key. He always calls, we go and open the gate for him. So to her, she sensed it is wrong. It was wrong for him to pick all the keys. But to me, it is my husband, he cannot. Actually, I had never even thought that he could even think about harming us. He goes out, and it was unusual. 10 p.m., he's not yet back. And I decide, you know, the girls are so eager because of tomorrow. They are going to be flower girls. So we want to go and sleep. We pray, the girls go to sleep. And then I call him. He doesn't respond to any of my calls. 3 times. The 3rd time, I leave him a text message. My house girl goes to sleep. After some few minutes, I also go to sleep. The next thing I feel was pain on my face. I feel pain, something very warm, like water, on my face. The 2nd time, I feel more pain. You know, he did the 1st cut and the 2nd cut. You know, the way I was sleeping. And I'm like, oh, thieves have decided, you know, it can never be my husband. thieves have decided to break into our house when my husband is away.
Yeah.
So I think, what do I do? I'm going to call my husband to come. The second thought, let me negotiate with the thieves. I can tell them where we have put money, and they can carry even all the electronics. You know, that childish mind.
Yes.
So I decided to put on the bed switch. I reached out to the bed switch. You know, the way now you try to reach out because you know where it is. To my surprise, it was my husband holding a Maasai sword that had blood. Ask him, why are you doing this to me? He told me, we are dying, all of us in this house.
What?
I want to kill you, kill the children, then kill myself. So he made me to sit down on the bed. And that's how he cut me. You know, I was facing him and he used the sword to cut me right. You can see this scar?
Yes.
That's how he cut me. And this one went direct to the bone. When I was being taken to the hospital, it was open. You could see the bone and the way it had been cut. So I'm in disbelief. Even after the 3 cuts, I'm still in disbelief.
You're like, am I dreaming?
Yeah, why are you doing this to me? And now he started cutting me. You know the way you can decide to cut a cabbage when it is still on the farm? That's how he started now. He cut me for 21 times on my head.
God, are you screaming?
I'm screaming, but no neighbor can come. These are 2 lovebirds. So this must be a normal problem. My house girl has tried to come into the room. She cannot access the room because he got in. You know, he had planned. He got in and he closed very well. Nobody can break into the room. So finally, you see this cut. I was taken to the hospital. My ear had been cut into 2 pieces. You can see, this ear was fixed in the hospital. So I'm like, oh, this person now wants to kill me. You know, the way the truth starts to dawn into you.
Yes.
I hide under the bed.
God.
Stop screaming. I'm just shivering. I've really overbled. And now he takes his phone. He calls my mother-in-law and tells my mother-in-law, he used to call me Mama's daughter.
Yes.
Now his mother. And told my mother-in-law, Mama, I have killed your daughter. Prepare for graves. I'm going to kill your grandchildren, kill myself. I don't know what the mother responded because the second phone call was to his employer.
Okay.
I've killed my wife. I want to kill the children, kill myself, look for another employee. The final call, I realized it was a call to my dad because they used to joke. He used to call my father Mzee. And my father used to call him to tell him, ata wewe utazeeka. So they had that joke. So I had, Mzee, nimemuua. I think my father asked who, because now he explained, I've killed your daughter, I want to kill your grandchildren and then kill myself. And even he got the audacity to explain, my mother is preparing for graves. You can prepare for coffins.
Okay.
You know, I'm quiet under the bed. So he was totally convinced this human being who is not screaming is dead.
God, plus the blood and everything, so he knew.
Opens the bedroom door. His next destination is our children's room. Okay. But he passed by the kitchen first because now I'll find him with a kitchen knife.
Yes.
So when I'm under the bed, I hear my firstborn daughter shouting for help. Uwi, daddy usituue. What? And I said, I thank God that I did not even hesitate. In my pain, I decided I would rather die than my children, which I believe is the pain of every woman.
Yes.
I went, you know, I'm going now to my children's bedroom with, my sister can take care of my children. My mom is still alive. She can take care of my children. Yeah. You know, I don't know where I got the boldness from.
Yes.
Got into my children's bedroom, found him just about to stab our firstborn daughter. He had already made him to sleep facing up. My house girl at this point had gotten a spare key in my handbag. So I'm here in my daughter's bedroom. And he looks at me in disbelief. His hands shiver, shaking terribly. The knife falls down. No, he first points me with the knife. Yani wewe haujakufa. And I remember I told him I will not die. You know, he was still angry. Yes. The mission is not accomplished.
Yes. And she's still
My sister and my brother-in-law just gets in at that time. My sister never used to live so far. Yeah. I had lived with this girl over 6 years. Yes. So she had contacts of everybody. And I keep on telling people, treat your house girls very well. This girl helped us. She called my sister, she called my dad, she called everybody and told my dad it was true.
Yeah.
My sister and my brother-in-law are here. My sister had just given birth. You can imagine, she was just 2 weeks from her CS. So she was not strong enough. But my brother-in-law got in. One of the things they never knew that somebody should do in such a scenario was to restrain the perpetrator.
Yeah.
But they had us in mind.
Yeah.
Got in, picked my daughter,
Yes.
the one who was about to be stabbed. My sister, in her pain, she managed to carry the young one.
Wow.
And my brother-in-law tells me, jishikilie kwa ukuta, kindly follow us. You know, you can also understand their confusion at this point.
I know.
Yeah, I tried to support myself on the wall. My dear, I was not able to. I have overbled.
Yeah.
I have no strength.
Yeah, and what is your husband doing right now?
Now he has gone to take the sword. He's not done with me. So I slide between my children's bedroom, our bedroom, there was a corridor to the toilet room.
Yeah.
So I slide here, I'm just about to fall, and he pulls me and he tells me, you pretended that you were dead. I'm taking you back to the bedroom. I have to kill you. We are dying, both of us, in this house. It was just a death mission. So God gave me strength, because you can imagine somebody who is so angry. Nobody has harmed him. I'm already harmed, hurt. And he has been trying to pull me, but God gave me strength. He was not able to move me. I was there like a...
Ulikatalia hapo.
I don't know where the strength came from. He tried to pull me. He was even shaking me to pull me and get me back to the bedroom. God gave me the strength. And he said, nitakukata shingo. And took the sword. When he was just about to cut my neck, it's when, you see this part of my arm? Do you know the way you break a sugar cane or a piece of wood using your knee?
Yes.
That's how I felt pain. This is not a bone. I'm fitted, this is like a bolt that was fitted. All these, I have 7 metal plates running down in my hand. Because you know the way somebody now starts cutting you like he's cutting a piece of firewood.
Okay.
When I was being taken to hospital, this part of my arm was hanging down.
Yes.
And imagine, in all this, God did not allow me to die, because my day had not come. So my brother-in-law, in his confusion, realizes this woman did not follow us.
Yes.
What happened? He asks one of the neighbor and tells one of the neighbor, this is serious, let's go. So this neighbor comes together with my brother-in-law. And at this point, he's so angry, they have come to rescue me. He cuts my brother-in-law on his hand. It was just a minor cut. But my brother-in-law, you know, everybody fears death, decided to leave.
Yeah.
So my neighbor, I thank God for my neighbor. He was a man and he didn't mind. This time now, my husband pierces my breast. I have this breast also. I have gone through 3 major surgeries. Head, the breast, and also the hand. My neighbor now is angry and he tells him, if you do it again, I'm going to lobby people to come here. And we are also going to kill you the way you want to kill her. My neighbor carries me like a baby. And when we get outside the living room door, I tell him now I can walk. So he supports me, takes me to the nearby dispensary. Thank God the doctor there was my friend.
Yeah.
She attended to me and gave me a referral to Kenyatta. Yeah. When my parents arrived, because they arrived and got me at the dispensary, my dad is the one who came, and my brother. My mother has a blood pressure condition. Yeah. So she could be told this, but in a very good way. Yeah. So my dad decided to come, and I realized the love of the father. My father was in Murang'a that night, and my father used a motorbike in his sleeping gown.
Oh man.
So my father said when we were going, and he said, I heard him say ni hapa. It was Gunanak Hospital. Wow. I didn't know. And we are there, you know, private hospital. We didn't have money at that point. Yeah. And my father was promising everything. Before the day break, I'm bringing money. Don't worry. Just attend to her. I'm taken for scan, and they realized he had interfered with 5 critical blood nerves in my head. I'm fitted with 5 plastic nerves in my head. They realized he had broken all the bones, 6 bones, plus this part of my arm. So I had to be fitted with metal plates in my arm. I had to go through a breast surgery. It was the toughest time of my life. Quickly, They are still looking for a neurosurgeon, and when they get a neurosurgeon, I'm rushed to the theater. Close to 7 hours under the knife. God restored me. I'm in the hospital and I receive a phone call from one of our family friends. You know the way people tell stories outside there. I always tell people, even if it happened in a way you as a society, you didn't expect it to end. Also get to know somebody is hurting somewhere. So this friend of ours tells me, pole sana kwa yenye alikupata. Manzeo usijali. Alijimada. I'm from theater. And I'm being told this.
You first heard about his death through a friend.
You know, there are some things, even if at this time, let me tell you, Lynn, I had gone through pain till I had no more love for my husband, even if he could have been alive. I always say that. I forgave him. Total forgiveness. And that's why I live today. Lynn, I went through pain. I went through shame. I was accused of his murder. I lost my job. You can imagine I'm getting discharged, going to meet children who are hurting, children who are supposed to be taken through counseling. The same time, my employer, I still wait for her to reconsider me because she told me until further notice. So I'm waiting for further notice till today. I lost my job when I needed it so much. I don't know when tragedies come in life.
They come.
Kazi imefuatana one after the other. After I got discharged, this woman came. A woman that I had never even heard about. The reason as to why my husband was so insecure and didn't want me to socialize was because 8 good years, I lived with him for 10 years. 8 good years, he was married to another woman.
What?
I realized when he was dead.
8, you lived together for 10 years, 8 years.
He had another woman.
Oh my goodness.
Not only a woman, I realized this was the wife, the second wife, now my co-wife. Let me say my co-wife. Because I looked at this young boy that came together with this lady. She was a beautiful young lady. This boy, just looking at this young boy, no DNA. It was cut, copy, paste of my husband. So this young girl tells me, you remember even that day, ulikuwa unapewa pressure sister yake ako hosi. Ati utume 11,000. I was delivering this baby and I sent the money innocently.
Dianah.
So these were all the things that happened to me. But there was one thing I had realized in hospital. I got a cycle of women. Women who were so much touched by what had happened to me. Something had also happened to them and they didn't have a solution. They could come. At this time, you know, my in-laws now have ganged up against me. They have broken into my house, carried, you know, wale watu wanakuja mpaka kubeba vitu zako za nyumba. But you know, I never lost focus even in hospital. My focus was now these women who are coming here. What do they think I can do to them? You can imagine I have a sling on my hand.
And your ear is
I'm
healing.
bandaged. My ears are healing. My head is healing. My breast is also healing. My children are crying on phone. Every time they call me, they have heard. You can imagine the way the society accuses you. You know, my young baby was going to pre-unit. She had just joined pre-unit. You can imagine my baby, when I was discharged, she's telling me, Mami, si mama fulani alisema wewe ndio uliua daddy. You know, she was so innocent that she could even buy to what the society was saying. You can imagine I'm going to meet those young, innocent souls. First of all, I need to talk to my children and prove to my children this is the society speaking. Look at me as your mother. See what your father wanted to do. The society tried to put it like I was defending myself and I killed him. And I decided I have to step up. These women who are coming, they are telling me, mimi nilinyang'anywa kila kitu na nikanyamaza. Somebody else tells me, he beat me. He even decided to cut my private parts. And I decided to keep quiet. And I say, no.
And you said no.
It cannot happen as I watch. I invite these women to my house. I said 15. I want to start a self-help group. Lynn, they came 25.
Wow.
I'm like, nilisema 15. Don't tell anybody. I just started now preaching what Jesus was saying. go, don't tell anybody.
Yes.
The next meeting, they come 33.
And all these are just women who have been through so much.
Yeah, they have been through so much. Majority of them were widows. And I said, don't go tell anybody, because I even don't have space. It's like, you know, women, when you tell them not to go and tell anybody,
when they tell.
you'd rather not tell them.
That's
It's
when,
like everybody brought one more person.
Yes.
They came 66.
Yeah.
Here I am. Now we start running our small office of the women widow leaders, and these other women who come to me who are heartbroken, wounded, pain of violence. Now here I am, the organization has really grown.
What's the name of the organization?
My organization is called Come Together Widows and Orphans Organization.
Yeah.
And aside, we also have Association of Survivors of Gender Violence. But I'm known so much for Come Together Widows and Orphans Organization because of what we have been able to achieve in this country. So I'm here, the organization keeps on growing. The politicians who heard of it, you know, the fear that you can bring so many people together.
Yeah.
They were like, is she ready to become a politician? But I thank God for the people who really stood by me in politics, and even those who are outside politics. People who read even about my story, politicians who had come to see me in hospital, they decided to hold my hand. Not financially, but they decided now the moral support, what you are doing is something that has never been seen in Parliament, and we are going to present it. Thank God. The youngest MP, Honorable Mwirigi, is presenting a Widows and Widowers Fund in Parliament. He's tabling that bill in Parliament because of some of these efforts that we have put in going to the ground. I was able to draft the first widowhood bill. The first ideas I got about widows, I got them on my hospital bed. That was the journey of even widows being recognized by the government. That's how even widows were celebrated for the first time, International Widows Day in 2016. And that's how we have seen even more widows rising up and creating more voices and asking for this space. I decided, let me help and become a pioneer in bridging this gender gap. The healing process has been another journey, but I always recommend counseling. I know it is expensive. Lynn, I have been through counseling for 3 years. It has really helped me. Even when I thought I had healed, I continued to go for counseling. Don't leave your children behind. I was counseled together with my children, and I can see they have healed. I know for the children, it is a long journey. You know, they live with this for the rest of their life, but it has to continue. When sometimes I see strange behaviors, even in my children, counseling. When I see something that I'm like, this is not borrowed somewhere, it might be as a result of 19th of April 2013, I decide to walk another journey of counseling with my children. My children are doing so well. I'm bringing up women who are going to be women leaders, and they support me in everything I do.
And the police report indicated your husband killed himself after you guys
The police
left.
report, it was the one, actually I would not be a free woman. I'll be in Langata. And that's why I always say, don't point fingers to the people in prisons, because some of them, maybe investigations were not done well. But let me tell you, Lynn, the moment I forgave, I started living again. I realized I was not living until I forgave. And it is what I tell people. Sometimes people do things to us that we feel they are too much. But let me tell you, you are the person who is carrying the heaviest burden if you don't forgive. Relieve yourself by dropping off that burden. You can easily drop it by forgiving.
And as we conclude, I know a woman or even a man is watching you right now, and they're in this state of abuse, and you know, they don't want to come out because they're scared someone will laugh at them or their life will never be the same again. What would your message be?
To this person, I always say, you know, when somebody is going through a situation, there are situations that are very private and confidential. One thing, men don't speak, and I keep on telling men, they do these bad things because of their ego. You know, men leave their ego to lead them. I tell men, can you kindly put down your ego? Come tell us what you're going through. tell us and we are going to give you reference. We are going to refer you to men who have come, we have spoken, they have been able to move on, and some of them even have created organizations to help fellow men.
Yes.
For those severe cases, I always tell people to reach out to my inbox on Facebook, Dianah Kamande. I use my real name, and also they can use our office line. They can call 0789 577 476, 0789 577 476. If you feel that your case cannot be handled by somebody in office, you need me to talk to you directly. Once you call our office number, you tell them you need me. They will not ask you many questions. We have trained our people to understand. If somebody insists, I want to talk to Dianah, kindly give out my number. So these are some of the cases I will tell you. Don't die in silence.
Speak.
You know, silence is a sin. If you don't speak, then sin is committed.
And finally, Dianah, your final words.
Okay, my final words are never lose hope, because life will always give you situations that are very tough. But one thing I've come to realize, using my own situation, no situation is permanent. Take that challenge, run with it, and God will help you to overcome.
Awesome, amazing story. And I hope you guys heard that until you forgive, that's only when you start living. Dianah, thank you so much for coming. I honestly appreciate you taking your time. And if you're watching us and you would also want to share your story, please feel free to leave us a comment or even email us, and we'll be sure to cover it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
What is wrong, honey?
I got scammed at the market.
This wouldn't have happened if you used Gigi. Gigi is a huge online marketplace where you can buy and sell goods such as cars, smartphones, or even houses. Gigi is absolutely free. Gigi!
Wow!